So now that we have gotten Star Wars Terrifying Tales and the LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special, I've decided to do the impossible, the most dangerous thing that anybody could ever do with these two subjects. I'm decided to do a Star Wars Terrifying Tales versus the LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special. So I know I'm getting into dangerous territory here because I could upset a lot of Star Wars fans right here and a lot of LEGO Star Wars fans. So I've decided that instead of just taking all of my choices, like how I would rank these stuff, I'm going to be doing an average between I'm going to be ranking each one of them with numbers. So say if I gave different aspects of the short movies. So one aspect would be characters, another aspect would be story, let's just say. So if I would rate the story 9.6 for the holiday special and an 8.1 for Terrifying Tales, then for like characters I would rate it like a 4 and then like a 7. I'm just throwing out numbers here. I'm going to add up the average to then give us how it would actually be. So this is not just me who's coming up with it. It's the average between all of my things right here. So I'm not just saying Star Wars Terrifying Tales, I'm going to give you 7. LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special, I'm going to give you 11.1 out of 10, which obviously would not make sense. So as you see, this is going to be fair game, no cheating here. So when I'm done this, kindly please tell me how you would rank these in the comments below. Which one do you think is better? And please don't destroy me by saying like your ranking is terrible. You should stop making YouTube videos. Just tell me kindly how you'd rank them, because they're definitely both great shorts that we've gotten from Lucasfilm, and I'm definitely excited to see more of these, which I actually made a whole video on that about what the next Star Wars Holiday Special is, and you can watch that video by the card that may or may not be in the top right corner and the link in the description. So enough talking, let me get right into it. So the first category that I'm going to be doing is basically the story, which is obviously pretty obvious. So first I'm going to talk about the story for the holiday special. So slight spoilers for the story for both of them, but by now I'm sure you've probably seen the holiday special if you're going to watch it. In Terrifying Tales, I understand that some of you might have not seen it or are just waiting to get more into Halloween spirit. So the story for the holiday special is basically Rey ventures off to a planet because she reads it in the ancient text. And then she finds this holocron-looking thingy that allows her to travel through the galaxy and go back in time throughout the Skywalker saga. So as you can see, this is already sounding really good if you've never seen it before. And I definitely recommend if you're like, oh, who cares, I'm never going to watch this. Well, then stop right here and go watch it. Last warning, everybody. Okay. And then, so she travels through the galaxy and witnesses some epic parts from the Skywalker saga told in LEGO, even from stuff like The Mandalorian. So as you can see, this is getting really good. But then, the evil Palpatine figures out about this, and now he wants to get the holocron so that he can go back in time, that he can go to the future. So Palpatine from Return of the Jedi wants to go to the future and kind of change stuff so that he will never lose in the Rise of Skywalker, and that he will stay in power and the Final Order will win. So then you get to see characters like Palpatine, obviously Maul, Kylo Ren, Vader, Dooku even appears in it, I think. So basically every character that you've ever wanted, and this is definitely just the story is magnificent. So that's why this got a 9.6, and I'm actually surprised I didn't even give it more, but it just rounded up to 9.6 because the story was magnificent, and honestly, there's not many stuff that I would change in the story. So the next thing is Star Wars Terrifying Tales. Now, basically, the story of Star Wars Terrifying Tales is Poe crash lands on Mustafar, where he then meets Jabba the Hutt, who has created Darth Vader's castle into an all-inclusive Sith-inspired luxury resort, which you can already tell this is getting a little bit into more of the humor instead of the main Star Wars stuff. So then they venture deep into the castle, and Vinay tells him about the story's 3 terrifying tales, as he tries to lure him deeper into the castle to try to unlock the secret of Castle Vader to make Vinay the most famous Sith in the galaxy. Because Vinay is not well known. A couple people don't even know who this guy is. And if you're wondering who this guy is, he's that guy who makes Darth Vader's bubble bath in Rogue One. So he wants to become a more known Sith because now Palpatine is dead, now Vader is dead, so now he has the opportunity to break in and become a famous evil bad guy. So then now Poe, intrigued, must try to stop Vinay from taking over Castle Vader, and then he meets a young boy named Dean, who may or may not be Force sensitive and could be the key to unlocking this all. So as you can tell, that story may not be as over the top as the Star Wars Holiday Special. Who even thought of that? Whoever thought of the Star Wars Holiday Special, I must salute you, because honestly that is a great story. Star Wars Terrifying Tales is fits more into the canon, but still a definitely good story, but it sadly got an 8.1. So right here we still have the Holiday Special in the lead. So the next category that I'm going to be going into is characters. So characters, the holiday special, I do not even want to say this because this is just like it's perfect. The holiday special literally had every character in the Skywalker Saga. Like, I can't even try to name all the characters. Literally, Mace Windu, oh my god, Obi-Wan, multiple versions of Obi-Wan, Anakin, Vader, Palpatine, Maul, Dooku, Grogu, Mando, Rey, all the sequel characters, even Chewbacca's wife, which is not even canon. So as you can tell, like, they're even getting some obscure characters that you barely ever see in the movies. Like, in fact, this, like, some of these things give more screen time for Rose. Rose got more screen time in this than I think in The Rise of Skywalker, which is amazing because Rise of Skywalker, it's a movie, but Rose never got really any screen time in that movie. And I think they gave her more screen time even than the rest of Skywalker. So we get to see basically every character in the Skywalker Saga from all different eras, not just from the sequel trilogy, even though this takes place in the sequel trilogy, it tells you time travels. We get to see some from the original trilogy, the prequels, and some characters that we actually never gotten to see in Lego. Like, that was the first showcase, I think one of the first showcases that we ever got to see of a Lego Grogu, and then finally we got the Grogu that came with the Lego Razor Crest. So that, I can say no more. I would give that a solid 10 for the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. Now, Star Wars Terrifying Tales, it only gave us characters from the sequel trilogy. It gave us Poe, Dean, BB-8, Battle Droids, Graballa, Bosch and Ram. Then we got some flashbacks where we got to see Vader, Maul, Grievous, Luke, and then we got to see some of those characters. So as you understand, we got 3 different stories. But one of the more things that actually gets us a little more excited is that we actually got to see General Grievous, which he didn't get much. We never got to see him in Lego, really, in like an official Star Wars short. Like, we've had a couple Star Wars shorts, like the Freemaker Adventures and a couple other stuff that Disney has released, but we never actually got to see Grievous in the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. At least I don't think. So now we actually got some screen time, and honestly, he was really cool to see in Lego. And, like, I was really excited to see a new General Grievous mold because they kind of remolded him a little bit. And we actually got to see a Graballa in Lego, which is also really cool. And one more thing that boosts the characters even more higher is how we actually got to see more screen time from the Knights of Ren than they got in The Rise of Skywalker. Because they didn't get much screen time in The Rise of Skywalker. We saw them in the trailers, and we were really excited to finally see them after they were teased in The Force Awakens. And then they were kind of a side character and got killed off easy by Ben at the end. They were supposed to be kind of like the ragtag boy band, which we finally got to see in this. And it was really cool to see that. So that's what kind of boosted that a little bit. So I gave the Holiday Special, like I said, a 10. And then I gave the Terrifying Tales for this part an 8.4, which I actually should have boosted that a little bit. But honestly, it's a little bland because we've only got kind of characters from the sequel trilogy, but bonus points for, us getting a Graballa and us getting the Knights of Ren in Lego. So now I'm going to rank it on humor because every Lego Star Wars needs humor. So the Holiday Special, it definitely got a 9.8 because of all the jokes they put in there, like Palpatine saying to Kylo Ren, "Think you could put a shirt on?" Sorry, my Palpatine voice was terrible there. But then we got some funny moments. We got some quotes, like, reorganized. Like, then we got Obi-Wan saying, "Board, board, board, who cares about the trade dispute?" Which is what we all felt like when we saw The Phantom Menace. Like, nobody cares about a trade dispute. We also got Obi-Wan saying, "Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate," and then Anakin's just like, "I know what it leads to." So we definitely got the humor, and they took amazing Star Wars quotes and made them even better. Now, Terrifying Tales. So Terrifying Tales. The humor in Terrifying Tales was a bit hard to say, but it was definitely a pretty humorous thing. We got some references to The Shining. We got some references to The Lost Boy. We got some references to The Monkey's Tale. So they were kind of all based on stuff like that. And we actually got a couple pretty good funny jokes that we got in there, kind of taking Star Wars quotes. And like I said, how we got there, turning them into even funnier stuff. Now, I can't really name any examples because you're going to have kind of have to watch it for yourself. But definitely, I'm going to give that a 9. So as you can tell, it lost 0.8 points because it's not as funny as the Holiday Special, but definitely still really enjoyable and funny watch where we get that classic Star Wars humor. So the last category that we're going to be going over today is ability while watching it. How enjoyable it was when I watched it. So the Holiday Special, it was super enjoyable to watch, and I gave it a 9.4 because definitely I would watch this so many more times, and I'm definitely excited to watch this when it gets closer to the holidays and to make an episode review on it. And Terrifying Tales, it also got a 9.4. So those are kind of both the same. I can't say that any one was more enjoyable to watch than the other. Maybe the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special was a little bit better, but they both got the same thing because they not like one was extremely better to watch. Not like one was I want to watch this like 20 times and one was like I don't even want to finish this. They were both definitely, and I'm definitely very excited to watch the Holiday Special and watch Terrifying Tales again, maybe this month again. So now that we've gone over the 4 criteria, story, character, humor, enjoyability, we now have the final thing. So I added up all the averages, and Star Wars Terrifying Tales got an 8.7, which, if you had a movie that was rated 8.7, that is a full-on success. That was like what Return of the Jedi got, I think. And Return of the Jedi was one of the greatest movies. I think A New Hope got a little bit higher than that. So 8.7 was a success, and it was definitely, I think 8.7 is very accurate to what it would have gotten. Now the holiday special, I'm sorry all your holiday special fans, but it got a 9.7 on 10, which means that the holiday special has won, which is definitely what I agree. I definitely think the holiday special was clearly better than Star Wars Terrifying Tales, but not in too much of a lead. I feel like this is an accurate thing. It won by exactly 1 point technically, because 8.7 and 9.7. So it won by 1 point exactly, which I think is a good accurate thing. So, thank you for watching this video. This was my Star Wars Terrifying Tales versus LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special. And like I said at the beginning of the video, definitely go tell me in the comments below how you'd rate this, and if you agree with my rating, and why. If you don't agree with my rating, why you think that Terrifying Tales is better than Holiday Special. So, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, because, I've got 21 subscribers. Let's try to bring that up a little bit, and bye.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
So be it, Jedi.